Okay, these are the questions from Wednesday, day 3, which was April the 21st. So after 4 new students joined a class, the class had 32 students. Which equation can be used to find n, the number of students in the class before the 4 new students joined? So remember, I'm not going to give you the answers. I'm just going to help you, guide you through the questions from yesterday. So pretend like you're in my math class, right? And there are 10 students, right? And then all of a sudden, the total class students is 15. Well, how would you write that equation to show there was 10, then there's some kids that became members or students in the class, which gave me a total of 15. What operation is that? What are we doing to get our total of 15? We have 10, now we have 15. What are we doing to get the total, okay? So are we dividing up the 10 kids to get 15? Are we subtracting the 10 kids from a number to get 15, even though more kids joined the class? Are we gonna subtract, like take away kids? Maybe we can eat some kids, I don't know. Are we multiplying kids? How do you multiply a kid? That's interesting. Maybe put it in the microwave like popcorn and make 1 kid times by 5 kids, I don't know. Are we adding kids? So do we start with 10? Do we add more to get 15, okay? Next one, which number line represents the solution? 5x is less than 30. So you have 5x less than 30. Remember, we're just solving for a variable, guys. So 5 times what number is going to get us less than 30? So in order to solve, we have to get rid of the 5, okay? We have to isolate the variable, which is the x. So the only thing that would get rid of the 5 is division, because with multiplication, you have to do the opposite operation. So you divide both sides by 5, and you have to bring all your information down, because you have to keep it a number sentence, okay? So you're gonna have to, let me write a little bit smaller. I've been noticing a lot of students are not writing their equations correctly. So they're forgetting to bring the x down, they're forgetting to bring the sign down, okay? You have to keep the sentence. This is called a sentence. Like English, you cannot have an incomplete sentence, a fragment, or a run-on, or your teacher is going to give you a 0. So basically, when you get your answer, it needs to be a complete sentence. Don't just say the answer is 6. No, the answer is x is less than 6. So remember what I said about open and closed circles. If it's a closed circle, it's going to be equal to. If it's an open, it's going to be greater than or less than, okay? So ours is x is less than 6. So it cannot equal 6. It has to be an open circle. If it's closed, like if you bubble in on a test, that means that's your answer. Hence the closed circle. So if it's closed, it means it can equal 6. Well, our sign is not an equal sign. It has to be less than, so it's open. It cannot include 6. Now, x is less than 6. Which direction are numbers going to be less than 6? To the left of the 6 or to the right? Numbers less than 6 will be to the left. Okay? Which situation could be represented by the equation $10.75 or 10.75 hundredths equals 5.5 n? First thing you have to ask yourself, what is the operation? That's multiplication, okay? So you need to write multiplication. Now you're gonna go through F, G, H, and J. You're gonna get rid of the ones that are not multiplication, okay? So you gotta talk to yourself and ask yourself, what operation is this, okay? Ricardo ran 5.0, that's another thing. Ask yourself in your original equation, what's your total? My total is 10.75. I can't have more than that. I cannot have less. So as you're reading each example or each answer choice, make sure you eliminate based on the operation and if your totals does not match up, okay? So Ricardo ran 5.5 miles. Okay, is 5.5 miles the same as 10.75 miles? No, so our totals do not match up. G, Ricardo ran a total of 10.7 miles on Monday. Okay, so our totals add up here a total of, let's keep reading. He ran 5.5 miles in the morning. So say today is Thursday. So this morning, I'm too big to run 5.5 miles, but just in case I wasn't, I was jogging it out. 5.5 miles I ran this morning. Go, Miss Simmons. Get it, girl. And the rest of the miles in the evening. So this is my morning. This is my evening. Those two together are going to equal 1075. Ask yourself, what operation is that? I'm not going to tell you, but you should know. H, Ricardo ran a total of 10.75 miles. First of all, I got to cross this one off. My miles, my total adds up. Let's see if it's multiplication. He ran 5.5 miles each hour. Each hour. I don't know. Keep going. Ricardo ran 10.7 hours 1 week and 5.5 hours the next week. But my totals can't go over 10.75. So if I did 10.7 hours this week, 5.5 hours that week, what's the total? I don't know about that one. So this should help you answer it. This is how I need you guys to break down these word problems. Don't give up, okay? Do not give up on these word problems. Take them one at a time. Miss Gallegos burns 236 calories riding her bike each hour. She wants to burn more than 590 calories. So pretend like yourself. Say you, what is something that y'all do to burn calories? Ride a skateboard? Do y'all ride skateboards? I don't know. Oh, play basketball. Yeah, my kids play basketball. So say my 14-year-old plays basketball and he burns 236 calories every hour. So 1 hour he's playing, he burns 236 calories. Another hour, 236 calories. Another hour, 236 calories. So it's repeated addition. So what is repeated addition? If you don't want to sit there and add that, then there is another operation you can use each hour to get your answer, okay? So it's called multiplication. I have 236 each hour, okay? All right, and then more than 590. So what symbol goes here? Okay, if the total calories has to be more than 590, it doesn't say equal. It's either more than, greater than, or less than. So which one is correct? If the mouth is pointing towards a number, that means that it's bigger. So if it has to be more than 590, make sure you point your mouth in the correct direction. And then you're just gonna solve for, oh, they put a T. So instead of the H, you're gonna solve for T. And you should know how to solve for an unknown variable, okay? Next, which inequality is true if P equals 3.4? So basically, super simple, guys. Wherever you see P, replace the P with 3.4. For example, it would be 3 times 3.4 is less than 10.2. Next, 13.6 is greater than or equal to 3.9 times 3.4. 5 times 3.4 is greater than 17.1. 8.5 is greater than or equal to 2.5 times 3.4. Okay, solve all of those and you're finding out which one is true, okay? That's all I'm going to tell you. Once you solve it, you will have your answer. Solve all of them. And it has to be true. Now, I am going to tell you this one little tidbit. These are like money. So if it's 17.1, $17.10. 13.6 is $13.60. 8.5 is $8.50. 10.2 is $10.20. Turn them into money because it will be easier to decide if your answer is true or false, okay? Which equation has a solution of k equals 6.5? Same thing we just did. So where you see the K, substitute that with 6.5, and you're looking for the equation that's true. Okay, it's going to have to be true. So it's going to equal whatever your answer choice is. Okay. Remember some key facts, Mickey Mouse. Oops. A positive times a negative is a negative. Okay. A negative times a negative is a positive. Okay. So remember those key facts. Those will help you to eliminate at least one of them. And remember, a positive and a negative, if you use scoreboard, you put your positives here, you put your negatives here, you subtract, and the sign of the bigger number is the sign of your answer, okay? So remember that when you're combining positive and negative integers. Okay, the table shows the amount of time 4 students practice the trumpet one day. All I need you to do is convert these amounts. Please convert them to decimals. 1 2/3 is $1.66. 1 1/2 is $1.50. 1 1/4 is $1.25. You need to figure out 7/12 because I forgot. I know 6/12 is 50. So 7/12 is going to be $1.50 something or 60 something cents. Okay. Now you're going to have to put which list shows the names of the students in order from least to greatest. So put them in order from least to greatest, okay? All right. A carpenter charges $720 for 18 hours of work. She charges the same amount of money for each hour of work. Which table shows the relationship between the amount of time the carpenter works and the amount of money she charges? So $720 for 18 hours. So what you need to do is make your own table. Okay, make your own table. So let's go ahead and put the 18 hours, $720 down here. So for 18 hours, the carpenter charges $720. You need to find out how much is it for 1 hour. Not 18, but 1. It's called the unit rate. How much does it cost just for 1 hour if you don't need the carpenter for 18 hours? Just 1. So what I need for you to do is divide that total by 18, and that will give you how much the cost is for 1. And then you can find out 2, then you can find out 3, then you can find out 4, then you can find out 5, 6, and you're going to match your table with A, B, C, or D. I know I did that backwards, but whatever, okay? Now, I do have to tell you something. If you really use your brain, you can get rid of 2 of these because they make no sense. For 18 hours, it's $720. If that table shows something crazy, cross it off, okay? There are 2 answers that make no sense. All right, and I think that's it. So once you're done watching this video, send me a email. You've taken notes, and I will let you retake the assignment from Wednesday, which is day 3, Wednesday, April the 21st. Thank you. Remember, I'm not here tomorrow, Friday, April 23rd, but you do have a quiz and modules for you to take. Thank you.